We're back. We're talking DSCR loans once again today. Talking DSCR loans, debt service coverage ratio loans. This is where investors are getting approved based on property cash flow, not personal income. The DSCR loan is not for first-time home buyers. It's not a down payment assistance program. A DSCR loan is not for primary residence. So a DSCR loan is a debt service coverage ratio loan. This is where you're getting approved based on property cash flow, not personal income. Minimum 20% down. Can't be a first-time home buyer. Minimum 620 credit score. How about that? That's kind of basic. That's what we're talking about. We do these lives a few times a week. Super fun connecting with you guys all around the country. I'm coming to you out of the beautiful, great state of pure Michigan, baby. That's what we're doing. This is what we do. And we're doing it again today. So we'll probably be doing it again tomorrow too. But definitely Saturday morning. So make sure you follow me so you don't miss. Saturday mornings lives are always the best. Everybody's in a good mood, curious, asking questions, but Thursday is usually pretty good too. So hang around. Make sure you follow me. Francisco, how you doing? Sir Franklin, how we doing? It's another beautiful day here in beautiful pure Michigan, baby, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about DSCR loans, really. Actually, a DSCR loan is a debt service coverage ratio loan. This is where you're getting approved based on property cash flow, not personal income. So the number one reason that people get denied for DSCR loans, overly optimistic on what the fair market rent is. So what does that mean for you? So that means for you as an investor, that means you need to do your market research. You need to be crystal clear on what the fair market rent is, crystal clear on what the taxes are going to be when they flip to non-homestead, because that's kind of a big deal, and crystal clear understanding on what the insurance is going to be. Obviously, you want to talk to your loan officer to make sure you have a crystal clear understanding of what the mortgage payment is going to look like, but I'm happy to price it out for you guys. Typical rates on a DSCR loan, anywhere from high 6s to high 9s, depending on credit score, loan to value ratio, property type, property cash flow, and whether or not you want a prepayment penalty. So happy to price it out for you today, like I always do. And Jamie, how we doing? Good to see ya. Just another beautiful day talking DSCR loans, guys. Also talking bank statement loans. Bank statement loan is where business owners can get approved based on 12 to 24 months bank statements, not tax returns. So if you basically, what we are always talking about is if you've been told that you don't qualify for a mortgage because of your tax returns, maybe you have a bunch of write-offs that you take advantage of, super common, or maybe you just haven't done your tax returns, so you don't qualify because of that. If that's the case, then a DSCR loan or a bank statement loan is probably the two best solutions that exist on the marketplace. So happy to let you know what those look like and answer any questions that you have. Literally you? Yeah, what's the situation? I'll explain on the investor side. So let's say you want to buy an investment property. And let's say you've been told that you don't qualify to buy an investment property because of your tax returns. Maybe you haven't filed your tax returns, or maybe you just show low income on your tax returns and you're looking to buy an investment property. If that's you, then a DSCR loan is the single greatest solution that exists on planet Earth. Lady Fancy, thanks for the likes. I appreciate you. Now, if you are buying a primary residence and you're self-employed and you've been told that you don't qualify for primary residence because of your tax returns, but you have legit income, then probably a bank statement loan is going to be your best solution. So with the bank statement loan, we're going to use 12 to 24 months bank statements to get you approved. We're not getting tax returns. We can use business or personal account. So it just depends on your situation and what you're looking to do. Now, if you are using a business account and you're 100% owner of the business, then we're going to use that account. We're going to look at your deposits, and we're going to give you a haircut. Usually a typical haircut or expense factor is like 50%, depending on how many employees you have and what the structure is for your business and stuff like that. But if you pay yourself from a business account into a personal account, then we're going to use 100% of the deposits into the personal account. So depending on how you pay yourself, depending on how you run money through your accounts, we'll either do it with a personal or a business account. Lady Fancy, thanks for the likes. I appreciate the love today. Anyways, that's cool. We're just talking DSCR loans. We're talking bank statement loans. Does this exist in Illinois? We tried getting pre-qualified residential loan with business income. Yes, this exists in Illinois. By the way, I'm just a loan officer. I do business all over the country. Been doing loans all over the country since 2008. Yes, these are done in Illinois. Bank statement loans and DSCR loans, yes. Neil, thanks for the share. I appreciate you. Do you require a CapEx reserve? So as far as reserves are required, typically, depending on the loan to value ratio and credit score, typically we're going to need 3 to 6 months reserves. This just means we need to be able to show that you have 3 to 6 months of mortgage payments for the subject property left over in savings or liquid account. So that's kind of how that works. CapEx, I'm not familiar with that verbiage, CapEx. By the way, guys, the number one most important thing that, well, lady, yeah, what's the minimum down payment? Minimum down payment 20%, minimum 620 credit score. Can't be a first-time home buyer. So those are the basic bare bones requirements. We try to keep the loan amount minimum at 100K. Guys, thanks for all the love today. We're on our way to 1,000 likes within just a few minutes, so I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna chop it up with you for a while until I empty this Buc-ee's cup, and then we're gonna call it a night. But I'm gonna be here with you for a while. We're gonna chop it up, go through some different scenarios. What's the interest rate? Lady Fancy, good question. Interest rates vary anywhere from high 6s to high 9s, depending on credit score, loan to value ratio, property type, property cash flow, and whether or not you want a prepayment penalty. Chops, amortization based on 30-year fixed. That's correct. Yeah, 30-year fixed. Lewis, what's this about? Yeah, so DSCR loans are all about debt service coverage ratio. So this is where real estate investors are getting approved for a mortgage without providing tax returns, no pay stubs, no W-2s, because the income piece of the mortgage approval is based on the rent on the property, not personal income. So the advantage is, if you've been told that you don't qualify for a mortgage on an investment property because of your tax returns or because of your income situation, then a DSCR loan is the single greatest solution that exists on planet Earth. That's what this is about, and that's what we're doing these lives about. How do you analyze the deal if you get approved? One thing you can do is go to the link in my bio. In the link tree, there's a link for Deal Check. Deal Check is a platform that you can use to analyze fair market rent. If it's a flip, you can analyze the projected profits and stuff like that. It's a great platform that you can use to analyze the deal. So definitely check it out. Lady Fancy, what's the prepayment penalty? How long do you have to own the property before you can pay off? Good question. So typically I structure these deals with the 3-year prepayment penalty. The amount on the prepayment penalty can vary anywhere from 6 months interest up to 5% of the principal unpaid balance, but it depends on what investor I sell it to, so it just depends. But we'd obviously talk about that prior to closing, prior to really getting started. How long do you have to own the property before you can pay it off? Yeah, typically 3 years, but even if you paid it off prior to the 3-year penalty, it's not the end of the world. It's just there's going to be a penalty that's tacked on to the payoff, so it's not like you're married to that property if you had to sell it. Could this work for buying trailer park? Lewis, good question. No, it's not gonna work for trailer park, but if you go to the link in my bio, there is a link in there. If you go to Linktree, there's a link for business and commercial funding. You can probably go there and get some answers for trailer park financing. Chopped, I'm gonna say minimum loan amount 100K. Lady Baron, can I qualify for FHA on my second home, which I will use as primary? Yeah, Baron, you can use a FHA loan on a new primary residence, but probably not if you have your current residence on an FHA loan. It's kind of tough to get 2 FHA loans at the same time, so you'd probably have to refinance out of that. Jackrabbit, does credit card debt matter with DSCR loan? Both credit scores are 750. No. Good question, Jackrabbit. Credit card debt does not matter. Your personal debt does not matter because the debt to income ratio isn't calculated. Like, your personal debt to income ratio is not calculated. What's calculated is the debt service coverage ratio on the house. So, for example, if the projected rent on the property is $2,500 a month, and your projected mortgage payment is, let's say, $2,000 a month, you take $2,500 divided by 2,000, that's 1.25. So in that scenario, your DSCR equals 1.25, which is great. That's good cash flow. Guys, I'm way backlogged in questions right now. I apologize. I promise I'm going to do my best to get to you right now. If you could just do me a favor, double tap the screen, give it a like, give it some love, smash the plus button, make sure you follow me, and that way you don't miss the next live too. What are your ratio requirements? 1-to-1. Yeah, I mean, ideally you want to be 1-to-1. If it's a scenario where you're below, if like down to a 0.75 DSCR, it should still work depending on your credit score, depending on whether you're an experienced investor or not. Because the idea is maybe the appraiser came back with too low of a rent number, and you as an experienced investor know how to improve that property to be able to demand higher rent. So to answer your question, you can go below 1-to-1, but ideally you want to be 1.0 plus. Yeah. Jackrabbit, thanks for the follow. Bill, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Sandy, thanks for the follow. Thanks so much. Do you service Ohio all day? Yep, I got you in Ohio, Lady Fancy. We got 46 states. What state are you guys in? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Remy and Maeve, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. AZ, Bill, I got you in AZ all day long. Got a deal going in Phoenix right now, actually. Can you use this loan to purchase apartment complex, storage facilities, or shopping centers? Yeah, no, not really. I'm more of a residential guy. I can't really help you on the commercial side. If you go to the link in my bio, there is a link for commercial and business funding, so you can check that out. There's a bunch of options there, but I'm not well versed in it, so I can't really speak to like storage facilities, shopping centers, retail. That's not my thing. My thing is more 1 to 4 unit residential. But check out the link in my bio for the business and commercial funding. You should be able to find some resources to help you out. An amazing gift, thanks for the follow. Alabama, Neil, yes, I got you in Alabama. Yes. Condos, Bill, yes. Condos, yep. T. Thomas, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Florida, yes, I got you all day. LTV for 7 unit, it's going to be max 75 LTV. Felix, max 75 LTV on a 7 unit. Tennessee, let's go. All day. Chapter 7 seasoning timeline, I'm shooting from the hip. I'm going to say 3 to 4 years for Chapter 7, but if it's for primary residence, I just need 2 years. 12 units, can't do it. Max single family, Neil. What do you mean max? Max LTV, 80% LTV, Neil, on a single family purchase. Eric, New York, I have a partner in New York I can connect you with, no problem. Max 75 LTV on a cash out refinance, Neil, on a purchase, gonna be 80 LTV. Hollywood, how we doing? What's up? Still need to set up that call with you. Hey, don't be shy, just go to the link in my bio, schedule a call. It's the best way to connect with me, guys. That's the best thing to do, is really just have a conversation first. Make sure we're on the same page in terms of expectations, what you're looking to accomplish, and then once we get there and we're on the same page, then I'll send you the link to the application. You fill out the app, I'll pull credit, I'll get you set up on a secure portal so you can upload your supporting docs, and then we'll get you pre-approved, so that way when it's time for you to make an offer on a property, you're ready to pull the trigger and you're good to go. What's discharge seasoning necessary? Why is discharge seasoning necessary if it's truly DSCR? Because we want to see that you have financial responsibility to take care of things, I guess. I mean, that's the best answer I can give you. Can you do mixed use in New York? I'm not really a mixed use guy, no. Happy Thursday, everybody. Getting started with the NFL tonight. Let's go. Edgar, thanks for the roses. Thanks for the gifts. I appreciate you. Eric, thanks for the follow. Jessica, what's your fees? Underwriting processing, $1,900. And then points. The points vary on a DSCR depending on credit score, loan to value ratio, property type, property cash flow, and whether or not you want a prepayment penalty. $450,000, 21% down. Give me a credit score, zip code, property type. Naz, how we doing, Naz? Really, but why? How you doing? Good to see ya. Thanks for hanging. You said $450 price, 80 LTV basically. Jessica, I'm gonna say minimum loan amount $100K. Naz, how about a credit score and a zip code and a property type? There we go. 824 score, single family, 33444. Let's go, Florida. Investment property, single family. I'm gonna price it out with a 3-year prepayment penalty. It just helps with pricing. If you're doing a DSCR loan, that really shouldn't be a factor because the DSCR is a long-term fix. It's not really a buy and flip type of situation. It's more of a buy and hold situation. But let's check it out. $450 price, 20% down. Palm Beach County, let's go. 3-year prepay, perfect credit. I'm assuming 1.25 DSCR, which means you have some decent cash flow. And I will say we're looking like 6.9 or 9er down the liner. So let's say high 6s. Payments, let's call the payment $2,400 a month, plus taxes and insurance. That's what's up. Illinois fish bait, yeah, we got you in Illinois. Seller carry 50% option or no? Can't do that, no. Seller can't carry the down payment. Yeah, pricing's pretty decent. Nas. It's actually pretty decent. So, best thing that you can do, if you want to have a one-on-one with me, just go to the link in my bio, schedule a call. That way we're connecting at a time that works for both of us. Chris, I got your meeting request for next Wednesday, September 11th at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to speaking with you. Nas, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out, brother. Michelle, thanks for the like. I appreciate you. Lady T83, let's go. I appreciate the love, appreciate the likes. If you want, just keep tapping her. We'll get to 3K real quick. You guys are super pumped on a Thursday afternoon, getting me all excited. Let's go. Will you do 4 single family in one deal? Yes, maybe, depending on your investor experience, depending on your credit score, and depending on loan to value ratio and all of that. Your question is, can we do portfolio loans or blanket loans? The answer is yes, maybe. Depends on the situation. It depends on credit score, loan to value ratio, loan amount. So case by case basis, yeah. Shelly, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Beverly, how you doing? Good to see you. We're talking DSCR loans. This is a debt service coverage ratio loan. This is for real estate investors who want to get approved based on property cash flow, not personal income. So no tax returns, no pay stubs, no W-2s, because the income piece of the approval is based on the rent on the property, not personal income. Chops, 200K potential DSCR for an ADU add, 707 credit, current appraisal 330, no mortgage. So you want to get 200K to improve the property. Let's price it out. So we got a property. Chops, I'm assuming this is an investment property because I can't do a DSCR loan on a primary residence. So let's look at it. So you said 330 value, 200K loan amount, 707 score, 46804. Thanks for all the info, so it makes it nice and easy. 46804. Indiana, let's go. I'm gonna price it out with a 3-year prepay. Chops, let's go. What are we looking at? I'm gonna assume 1.25 DSCR. Looking at 30-year fixed. I'm gonna call it again 699. That's what we're looking at. Payments like 1330 plus taxes and insurance. So pretty decent. Gonna cost probably 2.625 points ish. So yeah, it just depends. If you want to minimize the points, just take a higher rate. So it depends on what you want to do. Looks pretty good. Edgar, how we doing? Looking to purchase a 4-unit, but I already have a multi-family home. Do I still qualify? Yeah, if you have 20% down, and if you have 20% down and your credit's there, and you have experience managing property, which you do, yeah, let's go. What are we doing? Edgar, best thing that you can do is go to the link in my bio, schedule a call. Let's talk it out for sure. 750, maybe 30 to 40K for down payment in LA. So 750. So 20% down is 150K. So Edgar, maybe if you're moving into one of the units, that'll work. Maybe on a conventional loan, maybe that'll work. Unconventional, Edgar, or maybe an FHA loan with 3.5% down. Do you have an FHA loan right now on the current one, Edgar? Justin, how we doing? Happening, how we doing? Good to see you. Life is short. How's it going? Let's go. We're talking DSCR loans, the debt service coverage ratio loan. Yeah, if you don't have an FHA loan right now, Edgar, we probably would just do the new one on a FHA loan with 3.5% down. We'd have to take a look at your tax returns with FHA because we're gonna have to offset that mortgage payment that you have on your current residence. So for you, Edgar, it's not going to be a DSCR loan. It's going to be a full doc loan because you want to do minimum down payment. You're going to live in one of the units. So that's what we need to do. That's how we would do it. Manuel, how we doing? Guys, if you want to click the share button, it does help more people come in. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Edgar. Just go to the link in my bio, schedule a call. Hard to find cash flowing in B class right now. Rental market is soft. Yeah, it depends on the area. Hot markets are like Alabama, Mississippi, different spots in Michigan, Ohio, Missouri. Those are some hot spots for sure, for DSCR deals for sure. Doomsday, we're back, buddy. How we doing? Another beautiful day in beautiful Pure, Michigan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Now, if you want to have a one-on-one, just go to the link in my bio, schedule a call. Love to chat with you. We'll get her done. The reason it's important to schedule calls just so that we can talk it out, make sure we're getting on the same page in terms of what your goals are and what your expectations should look like, and if it sounds good and it sounds reasonable, and we're connected, then I'll send you a link to the application. You fill out the app, we'll get you credit pulled, get you set up on the portal so you can upload supporting docs, and then we'll get you pre-approved. So that's kind of how that works. That way, when you have a property picked out, you're ready to pull the trigger and go ahead and make an offer. Use DSCR refinance of a hard money loan. Yes, Sheila, all day long. That's a very popular reason to use a DSCR loan is, you get a property in distress, you fix it up, rehab it. After you've owned the property for 6 months and you're done with the rehab, then you refinance into a long-term 30-year fixed DSCR loan. Yeah, that's what it's for, really, in many cases, because a hard money loan is just a short-term fix. So if you're not doing a fix and flip and you're doing a fix and hold, let's go. That's exactly what a DSCR loan is for. Yeah. Dro, how we doing, bud? Yep. If you're just joining us, I'm Adam Lesner. My oxygen is getting borrowers approved for a mortgage when other lenders say that it's just not possible. One of those ways we do is with DSCR loans. It's a debt service coverage ratio loan. This is where investors are getting approved based on property cash flow, not personal income. So if you've been told that you don't qualify for a real estate investment loan because of your tax returns or W-2s or just like your employment history in general, then a DSCR loan is going to be the single greatest solution that exists on planet Earth. Do we do hard money loans? I'm not really a hard money guy. There's plenty of hard money guys on TikTok that are great at it. It's not really my area of expertise. But if you're looking for a hard money loan, it's definitely, I can shoot you. If you want to DM me, I'll shoot you a website I think you should reach out to. DTI is too high for traditional. Yeah, that's what a DSCR loan is for. So a DSCR loan, DTI is not a factor. DSCR loan, again, DSCR loan means your debt to income ratio doesn't matter. What matters is what's the rent on the property and what's the mortgage payment. So that's what matters. That's what this is for. Yeah, for sure. So go to the link in my bio, schedule a call, let's talk it out, and then let's get it done. Is DSCR approval attached to a property, or can you have pre-approval letter like a conventional? Yeah, Michelle, I would do it as a pre-approval, a blanket pre-approval, and contingent upon confirmation of rent, appraisal, and stuff like that. Yeah, so thanks, appreciate you. Yeah, so I would do, my pre-approvals are just based on your affordability, as far as how much you have set aside for down payment. Do you have enough assets to make the deal happen? Does your credit qualify? And then it's on you to do the research on whether or not it's going to cash flow. So there is a link in my bio for if you go to the link in my bio in the link tree, deal check, where you can do market research and get a feel for what the fair market rent is, all the stuff. It's a great platform. What's the average time frame to close? I would say 20 to 30 days. Walt, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Do you need to show income on DSCR loans? Good question, Eagle One. No. So with a DSCR loan, the income piece of the mortgage approval is based on the rent on the property, not personal income. So what does that mean? It means no tax returns, no pay stubs, no W-2s, no VOEs, because what happens is when we get the appraisal, we're going to order a 1007 rent schedule with the appraisal. This is a form that the appraiser is going to fill out to let us know what the fair market rent is. We're going to take the fair market rent divided by the mortgage, including taxes and insurance and HOA dues, and that equals your DSCR. As long as your DSCR is 1+, we're good to go. We're like, when you fill out the application, you're not even you're going to put NA for employer. You're going to put $1 a month for income, because your debt to income ratio does not matter. So that's how that works. But minimum 20% down, minimum 620 credit score, can't be a first-time home buyer. Eagle One, best thing you can do is go to link in my bio, schedule a call so we can chop it up. Chops, unimproved property with appraisal at $900K, zero mortgage, want to divide parcel and build 2 quads. Roger that. You don't need a DSCR loan, you need a construction loan. So a construction loan is a short-term 6 to 24 month loan. A DSCR loan is a long-term 30-year fixed loan. This is for an existing property. So if you need to build a property, you don't need a DSCR loan, you need a construction loan. What percentage for closing costs? Yeah, so you're going to have about $1,900 for underwriting processing, and then points vary anywhere from 2 to 3.5 points, depending on credit score, loan to value ratio, property type, property cash flow, and whether or not you want a prepayment penalty. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you, Doomsday, always. I appreciate you. Mike, can you apply for that loan with bankruptcy discharge? I want to say it's going to be, you need at least 3 to 4 years seasoning on a DSCR loan. D. Brown, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Matthew, want to buy an assisted living facility at $800K? Is this something you guys do? No, that would not be what I do. I just do residential. But if you go to the link in my bio, in the link tree, there's a link in there for business and commercial funding. Check it out. There's probably going to be a resource there for you. Edgar, thanks for the share. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking DSCR loans, a debt service coverage ratio loan. We're also talking bank statement loans. So we haven't covered bank statement loans in a minute, so I'm going to do it real quick. A bank statement loan is for self-employed borrowers looking to get approved without tax returns. So if you're a business owner, you've been told you don't qualify for a mortgage because of your tax returns, then a bank statement loan is a great option to look at. Mark just closed on a 0.78 DSCR at 7.87%. Roger that. Yeah. Typically, we can go down to 0.75 DSCR depending on your experience and loan to value ratio and credit score. Yeah. Chops, I had a DSCR on a new quad build based on lease potential 6 years ago. Has that changed? All I'm saying is, in my opinion, yeah, is the deal going to be approved based on potential future rents? Yes, but it's still a construction loan. And a construction loan is a completely different thing than just a regular DSCR loan. So yes, will the construction loan lender evaluate potential rents to make sure that the collateral is going to perform and that they're not going to be stuck with a property that's not going to be able to pay for itself? Yeah, they're probably going to evaluate that. But a construction loan is different than a long-term 30-year fixed DSCR loan. What is the process to use home equity for DSCR loan down payments? I have 180K equity. Yeah, so you would either do a cash out refinance on that property, but if you have a super low interest rate on it, you're probably not going to want to do that. You'll probably want to do a home equity loan or home equity line of credit so that you can tap into that equity so that you can acquire the next property. Mr. DLO, I have property under contract in Colorado. Could my end buyer use a DSCR loan to close? Yes, that's what these are for, is for investment properties. Yes. Yep. Timestamp, how you doing? Allie, how you doing? Do you service Colorado? Yes, I got you in Colorado. We got 46 states. Let me know in the chat where you guys are at. I'll let you know if we good. Can you help with this home equity line of credit? No, I'm not the guy for HELOCs, but there's plenty of companies that are. Just Google HELOCs or home equity loans in your state. Plenty of lenders that do them. Callie, let's go all day, Eagle One. For sure, I got you. Callie's tough for DSCR, though, in a lot of cases. But, of course, if you're buying right on the front end, there's opportunity everywhere. Trey, how we doing? Good to see you. I've been turned down twice in the last weeks for construction loan. Yeah, roger that. If you have experience, Chops, try asimpleFund.com, or shoot me a DM. Ask me for the construction lender. I'll connect you with them. They do ground up. Maybe they can get it done.